All right. Not technical difficulties.
That's what I was about to say. We're having
animal difficulties.
Canine difficulties. Okay.
We can't say that much. He's not usually a problem.
I know, but it's so funny.
He really likes his airtime.
He likes, his butthole does.
Yeah, that's a whole nother can of worms.
Berkeley's butthole. It likes to be the front and center.
Yeah. So what have you been up to? What's up? What's new?
I know. I've been, you just walked in the door and I was like,
yeah,
we're doing a podcast.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I've been out and about working all day, doing the gym thing, but
yeah. You took a shower and you're refreshed.
Yes.
I offered to let you have a nap. So
we're going to power through it. Let's go. Let's get it.
We don't need one.
Let's get it.
Oh my gosh. January 2nd. Day after 1/1.
Yeah. So you want to tell everybody what we did for New Year's?
Yeah. I mean, nothing exciting.
Yeah. We did go downtown Sarasota.
Well, you were downtown.
I was downtown working.
I was waiting for it to be closer to midnight before I had to go down there.
It wasn't really
last year we went downtown Sarasota and it was fun. Clearly we
watched the pineapple drop, which is the thing in Sarasota. That is what they do. Instead of dropping the ball, they drop a pineapple on Main Street and they shut the streets down and everybody.
I wonder if other cities have different things, because I saw someone in North Carolina say there's an acorn drop.
Oh, there you go.
So I'm just wondering if maybe some cities do something different than just a disco ball.
Yeah, well,
or whatever they do. I know.
It should be unique to their town and where they're from. And
are we a pineapple city?
Oh yeah, I'm sure we're harvesting a lot of pineapples.
I did not know that.
Somewhere.
I know we're famous for strawberries.
Yeah.
We have a strawberry fest.
We've been eating some strawberries lately.
Yeah. Never been to the strawberry fest, but maybe one day I could go. So anyway, downtown, we you went in at 6 and I was powering through to stay awake.
Yes.
Just because we decided that I would drop you off and pick you up so you don't have to Uber or drive. And I was like, are you going to drink? And you were like, I don't know. And I'm like, I need you to tell me you're going to drink.
Yeah, no, you were just like, well, even if you just have one drink, I don't want you driving home.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, I
figured there was a strong chance you might have something, a shot or a drink. So I ain't taking no chances.
Yeah, you took care of me. Always taking care of me. We're always looking out for each other.
Yeah, so I got there at 11:30 and I had 2 missions that night. One.
Kiss me at midnight.
Okay, 3. One was, I wanted to kiss you at midnight, which let me come back to that in a second. And then to get you home safe, or to get us home safe, was another mission of mine. And the third one was to find the beignets.
Yes.
And only 2 of those
last year.
I know. I don't know. Last year we were downtown Sarasota and there was a food truck and I don't even think I've ever had a beignet. And for whatever reason, obviously I was a little tipsy. And so we get in the beignet line and get those, and my life was forever changed by those beignets.
Once a year. That's it.
So this year I was like, okay, I'll drop you off and I'll come back and get you if I can come get those beignets.
Couldn't find them.
I walked the streets, the busy, crowded, blocked off streets where I'm sardine through people. I'm pretty sure I went down every street that there was a tent or a food truck, and they were not to be found.
Someone should let us know in the comments if they found the beignets and how they were. Or if we could find out who's making them.
Yeah, or if that food truck is an actual restaurant where I can go in and have them whenever I want.
Yes. We could cater a beignet
if you're in Sarasota, Florida, and you know of the best beignets, I need to know, because I had to settle for a funnel cake.
Yeah, you did.
Womp, womp.
You didn't eat all of it, though, so somewhat okay.
I could have, but
Could have.
it's probably like 2,000 calories of sugar at 12:30 at night.
Yeah, a lot of people are out there misbehaving. Oh my gosh, that just makes me think of those two old guys, that were walking by and banging on the porta potty and yelling at people in the porta potty. And it's like, man,
we were talking about how
don't let me be 60 plus years old and acting like that. It's just
it was pretty okay people watching. I mean, honestly, I think one of the things that annoys me the most is, like I told you, drunk young men.
Yeah.
Who are just...
You mean like 21?
Yeah. Just immature, walking around, being loud.
Yeah.
That nothing is more annoying than that. And so then you have that crowd, and then you have the, like you said, the 60-year-olds who are even more immature in a way.
This one guy smoking this big cigar just right out in front of everybody, big cigar, cocktail in one hand, just like, get that stinky thing out of here.
What was the peak in the pit of that night for you?
Honestly, it's nice to have you around. You know what I mean? I loved we got to experience that, the year before kind of with each other. So this time was just like, hey, we're about to have a baby. Let's make a little money if I can and kind of enjoy it in our own little way. But, so I was happy that you were there and you were around, and I liked the music. We were right next to the DJ, which is cool, in our own little trailer that was all decked out with TVs so you could watch football and stuff in there. So, no, I'm just grateful that, I had the opportunity to do it. It wasn't as crazy as I thought it was going to be. It wasn't as busy. They had like kind of...
So what was the peak in the pit? What was like the good thing and the bad thing about it that you experienced?
Sometimes I just don't like being around that many people. You know what I mean? It's like a little overstimulating.
Yeah.
So I would just say, being bombarded for a few hours with all those people. And then the peak was I got to go home with you and leave it all behind.
Leave it all behind.
Yeah.
Yes, I made sure we got home safe. Honestly, I think when I told people I was going downtown, they were more concerned about me walking around by myself, like the people. And honestly, that doesn't freak me out as much as I was just more concerned about driving home and reckless people on the road.
We all have our different concerns. So my concern would be that you guys get on that jankety, riggedy state fair little zipper that flips around and goes around. And
never do that.
Connected by a couple safety pins and pop rivets and like some sheet metal, and it's like I'm hearing that thing. I'm like, someone needs to put some WD-40 on that thing, and who knows? But I wouldn't ride in that.
Thing folds up like a freaking stroller.
I'm not trying to talk bad on anybody's business, but
and then they travel with it, and then they set it up, and people put their lives in the hands of this contraption.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
It's pretty crazy. It's different than what's it called?
Like a roller coaster or something?
Well, yeah, like a roller coaster or a park that's stationary and always there.
People are always there working on it.
Yes.
Meanwhile, this is like your crazy uncle driving a semi-truck.
Exactly. I have not ridden a fair ride.
That's funny.
I don't even know if I've ridden a Ferris wheel, and that's about it at the fair. Yeah. I've never done the whole upside down. No. Yeah. No. Yeah, not for me.
What was your peak in your pit?
Of that night?
Yeah. Well, funnel cake obviously was a high peak.
I don't know. That might have been the pit. It might have been the pit, not finding my bins, I think, was the pit definitely. Of the night. Yeah, that was the pit. And then the peak was, let me get back to what I said about kissing you at midnight. They didn't even do a countdown.
Well, not on probably the end where we were.
Well, it doesn't matter. Everywhere should be a countdown. Every DJ, every people playing should do a countdown. So
that's true.
I'm like, it's 11:59, and I'm like looking at you in your trailer, and you're like helping people and getting them drinks, and I'm like, well,
it's midnight.
It's about to be midnight, and I guess I'm just gonna But no one really, like kissed or anything around me. It was just
Nobody kissed.
No, not really.
That's
I mean,
the saddest
well, because
New Year's.
we didn't know we didn't know what time it was. The fireworks started going off.
Nobody knew what time it was.
The fireworks started going off, and then people were cheering. And then, like, I think 2 or 3 minutes later, the DJ was like, "Happy New Year!" And I'm like, "It's past. The time has passed."
Wow.
I don't know. I just like to kiss at midnight.
What do you do?
So that was the peak, I guess, was to be with you around midnight.
Yeah.
Around midnight. Anyways, it's all right. I'm not sentimental or anything, so it doesn't matter if it was on 12 o'clock on the dot. So I know you don't like to set New Year's resolutions because you like to do yours on your birthday. You like to do like your birthday resolutions.
I try to just evaluate my life in a 1 year time on my birthday.
I think that's good. So I think that's like, what did I accomplish?
Kind of analyze like, okay, how was that year of my life?
Yeah, I think it's good to do.
I mean, obviously on New Year's, I'm going to try to evaluate my situation and think of some things and I think December is kind of that time to clear everything out and kind of maybe even slow down a little bit, take some time. It's winter break for kids, so everybody's kind of around their family. For me, winter break is kind of a time to just slow it down just a little bit. I was kind of joking, saying it was my off season to someone, and it kind of is a little bit. So, yeah. So, but yeah, and now it's kind of the time.
I don't know if I would say off, but it's definitely not on.
It's not on. Wow, that's how you feel.
Is that how you feel?
Hey, I got a good pump today at the gym, so you didn't see me there. Keeping that long sleeve, that big oversized tee, so you can't see what I'm working with.
So you like to do your birthday, which again I think it's good because you could say this is what I accomplished when I was this old instead of doing, because your birthday is almost half the year, so instead of doing half and half,
you can reevaluate at any time. But
I know.
Just everybody usually is like, it's a new year and I'm gonna change and I'm gonna freaking start hard this year. I'm gonna get after it, and then by like Valentine's Day, it's like, man, I just don't have time. I just can't do it. I just not motivated. I don't feel good.
You can reflect at any time,
right?
Like it doesn't take one of a new year to sit and reflect and plan and strategize on your goals going forward. I don't know how many 2023 recaps I saw.
Yeah, well, that's good. Good for them. Good for everybody. I think it's awesome. I think for me, just the start of this year, getting that big calendar, having it set out, color coordinating some things, putting some events up there. So then I have some things to look forward to, things to strive for. If I don't have any of that, I kind of don't, maybe loss of direction a little bit. So I think that's why you get those up there, look at them, you're like, all right, kind of prepare for those.
Yeah, I do actually like seeing, I like to have things where I could see them. If I don't see it, I most likely won't think about it. I won't do it. I won't plan for it.
I think you're more so that way than me even.
Yeah. But I will say, we tried to put stuff on that calendar. It's still pretty blank.
Yeah. Well, it's only the second day of the year, so.
I know, but Jesse Hitzler's like, I have my whole year planned out already. He had
a lot of blank spaces in there. And
I'm like, okay.
But I've been doing a little bit of research on some things that I want to try to do. So that takes time.
Yeah.
So
I didn't do a word. I'm like, oh, this is my word. But then 2 days later, I forget about the word and I don't think about it. And I just basically stop adhering to that word.
So you didn't have a word last year? Or did you have a word that you gravitated towards or used? Some people use a word. I kind of used one.
But did you think about it all year and be like, I'm still on my New Year's resolution?
Maybe for like 2 or 3 months.
Exactly.
And the word was self.
Yeah?
Yeah, and then find out you're having a child. And I was like, well, No more self. There it goes out the window.
That's not true. You could have selfed
family
all
now.
the
It's
rest.
family the last 6 months.
You could have selfed your way all the way through
No,
2023.
The reason why I kind of chose that word is because, I don't know, I had something happen and was having some type of feelings. Maybe it was me and you or something. And I just remember thinking, okay, like all these feelings ultimately stem from myself. They stem from me. So if I'm feeling some type of way, then I have that going on inside of me. Then I need to have that talk or that conversation with myself to figure it out, like where that's coming from. So that was kind of why I chose that word, self. It's like, all right, I'm going to look in. If there's anything ever going on, that I don't like, I'm just going to try to look in.
You think you did that?
Yeah, for the most part. But like you said, after a while, you kind of, things come and go like seasons,
I mean, maybe if I wrote the word on my mirror or something where I could look at it all the time, it would remind me. But I don't remember what my word was. Maybe if I went back to one of my journals, I could figure it out and remember. But actually, I mean, I think looking back at your year.
Was it not opportunity?
Maybe. I don't remember.
I know. I feel like that was one.
Is it?
1 year.
Was it? I think you can kind of look back at the year you had and maybe put a word towards the year looking back at it more so than you can going forward.
Badass.
That was your word?
Badass.
Is that your word for 2023?
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
What's your word looking back?
I would say growth or progress.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, I think I made lots of good progress last year. I think we did too.
Awesome.
I mean, even the fact that we're doing this is progress.
Yeah.
So
It feels good. It feels right.
I'm not into the whole New Year's resolution thing. I just I try to evaluate, like you said, like just on a random Tuesday in April.
Yeah.
Be like, where am I in life?
Yeah.
But I kind of had this mindset. I was on a walk yesterday and listening to a sermon from Stephen Furtick, and I liked what he was talking about, and I think that's going to be my phrase. I'm going to put it on my mirror and look at it every day, because I think it's something a lot of people deal with and ultimately are continuously blocking themselves over and over and over again. And with the word never, it's like you can use that in multiple different ways. It's either, oh, I've never done that. I've never done that. I've never done that. So I can't do it. I can't do it. Or it's the opposite, where it's like, oh, I'll never do that. I'll never do that. I'll never, believe that way or eat that way or think that way or be friends with that person or date that guy. So I think never is so debilitating in a way. And so I know in my mind, I've said I'll never about so many things that I actually made a list this morning, and I was like, what have I said I'll never do or achieve that I actually did? So my phrase going into 2024 is like really reflecting on what I currently say now that I'm like, oh, I'll never do that. Oh, I've never done that. And then that gets defeating. It's like, as soon as you say it, it puts you in this box of like, okay, I'm not even going to try because I've never done it. So my phrase is going to be like either never meets now or never turns into now or something like that. And to stop saying the word never, because that immediately blocks you from what you're trying to do.
So maybe your word is just now.
Yeah. Time is now.
Just now. Yeah.
Now. Be here now.
Just now. Now is it.
I'll read what I listed as things that I've said in the past about how I'll never do things. These are the things that I've said never about that have stood in or I'm now standing in. So I used to say, I'll never live by the beach. I'll never have a brand new car. I'll never recover from this trauma in my life, going through so much in my 20s with my mom and all the things I went through my divorce. It's like, I was like, I'll just never recover from this, I'll never not feel this way. I'll never find a good guy. I'll never have a successful podcast. I'll never have a baby. Or I'll never be at peace. So those are just the things that I was like, I have said those things to myself before.
Maybe your quote is never say never. I think that's more like it.
Yeah, something like that. I'm still pondering on it, but
never say never.
Yeah, I just think people put themselves in that box where they're like, I've never done that. Like even people we know that maybe they have these goals or they want to change careers or businesses. They want to start a business. They want to do this, that. Like, well, I've never done it. It's like, well, a lot of people don't do something until they do it.
Yeah. You want to talk about this picture?
Yeah.
What do we got in the picture?
This is the picture I chose today. This wasn't the moment we found out we were having a boy, but it was a picture we took to symbolize.
To announce.
To announce we were having a boy. So, yep, this is the picture. We're just holding a little, like, 6-month bathing suit, boy swimsuit.
Yeah, we're both wearing blue.
Those pictures were fun to do. Those were our pregnancy announcement pictures, and then also the genders. So what do you think about having a boy versus a girl?
To be honest with you, I think I talked to you about this before, but like, I would just be not as versed to know what a girl's needs are or her wants or how to take care of a girl. I don't think as much. I mean, of course, I'd try to get the hang of it, but a boy, I know a boy's thoughts or how he's feeling or like things that can run through a young man's head, right? Because I've been there. And so I think that would be the big difference is just, I don't know how to do a girl's hair. I got to learn how to braid.
Never say never.
So, yeah, exactly. Which I would learn all that stuff happily. But the boy, I think I just know how to handle a boy a little bit better.
What's
not that it's going to be a problem either way, but
what was the main thing that we were talking about with Chris and Chloe?
Yeah, what about it? What were we talking about?
The difference between having a boy and having a girl.
Oh, yeah.
And if you have a boy, you
just got to worry about one little thing.
No. Well, that too.
Well, what about it? What did I say?
When men have boys, they don't have to grow up.
Oh. Yeah, that's true.
They get to age backwards.
They get to relive their kid or childlike stuff.
And be
Hot Wheels,
even
footballs,
even
frisbees.
bigger babies.
Yeah.
So here we go. You don't got to grow up.
I don't know.
When you have a girl, you got to grow up and be like protective and the man. And
I think each child is different, whether it's a boy or it's a girl. We all have things we like, passions. I think it's important to let the child kind of discover who they are. You give them like, not guidelines, but a good baseline, a good zone to work with, you know what I mean? And let them kind of create that person that they want, because there's so many adults that struggle with not having a passion or not knowing what they want. They just go to work, clock in, clock out. And it's like, if you really want to find out what you're capable of, you need to know what you like. You need to know what your interests are. You need to know what your passions are. And I think it's only people that are super passionate about what they do are the ones that change the world. It's not those people that are not challenged. Mm-hmm. Which, not to say everything doesn't have its, certain place. And
the girls can do that too.
Yeah, well, of course.
I just didn't know if you had like a thought about, if I had a girl, I would be this way. If I had a boy, I'd be this way.
Yeah, I don't know. Having a girl would be super sweet. You know what I mean? It'd be awesome. Little girls are cute, but yeah, that's what they say. They say we're having a boy.
I know we haven't had a sonogram.
I try not to get too attached to those. Like, I mean, of course, it's hard not to, like, you know, people have been wrong before. So it's like, I'm like 80% there. Like, all right, you know, still got that 20%.
Well, we haven't had a sonogram since I think 18 weeks. Yeah. And even then it was like, I mean, it looks like a boy.
Yeah.
It looks like something's there, but you never know. We could be wrong. So I'm just hoping that we're planning for the right gender. But right either way, it will be fine. If it doesn't, she'll just have to wear all blue for a long time.
It's all right. Should be all right.
But I was very shocked when the doctor told us we were having a boy.
I was just thinking about, so I watched this movie last night that you didn't really tune into, but it's Gran Turismo, which is a video game that I used to play when I was a kid on PlayStation. And essentially, it's like cars, you know, and you're racing cars on tracks. Well, in the video, or in the movie, which is based on a true story, the kid kind of like, of course, gets addicted to driving the car, the simulator. He's got like an actual steering wheel in his room, and he's got the screen and everything. And his dad, I don't know if he's military or what, he was maybe like an ex-professional soccer player, his dad is, or something. And he's like really hard on him and strict on him. He's like, come on, let's go outside. Like, wanting to get him to go outside. Anyways, this kid turns out to be really good on this video game. And Gran Turismo is like a simulator. I think it's Japanese man that invented the simulator. They actually had him and a group of people find a group of kids that were really good at Gran Turismo online, and they brought them from online into where they're, you know, race cars. And so they said, all right, you kids we're gonna put you basically behind the wheel of these real cars, and we're gonna see if anybody stands. So this one kid ends up making it, becomes a professional racer. Now he's raced over 200 races, and his dad was kind of upset that he didn't support him a little bit more early on. You know, he told his dad, like, this is what I like, this is what I want to do, like, back off of me a little bit. And the dad ends up feeling guilty when he sees his son on TV, like, racing, and it's like, he's like, oh, okay, he's like really doing this thing, you know. So anyways, I just think that every kid has a different path. You don't really know specifically what the path is. You could want it to be one way, and maybe you even wanting it one way so bad is going to deter your kid from that. So it's like, you don't really know, you know. I had a friend that was a really good artist when he was younger. Like when we were little kids, he was just had, you know, above everybody, artsy. Didn't see him for a few years after high school. Tatted up, just tats everywhere. I'm like, dude, you know, what's up? Like, what do your parents think of all your tattoos? He's like, oh, they hate it. He's like, but I make twice as much money being a tattoo artist, you know. So he's like, I don't.
What? Twice as much?
Twice as much as his parents. Twice as much as his parents do. He's like, I don't care what they tell me. Like, but he's like a really good guy, just covered in tattoos, but excellent artist. And his parents probably didn't want that life for him, but now he's made a life out of it, you know. So never can tell. I think you just got to try to steer them in the right way. Yeah. And hope that they, as long as it's not hurting anybody. I think that is
the worst thing a parent can do, honestly. That might be the worst thing a parent could do.
You think like pushing them really hard in one direction?
Pushing them really hard in one direction, not letting them be open to what they want to do, and then resenting them for not
What if it's something they do like?
So if the parent agrees and they agree? Is that what you're saying?
But the thing is, there gets to be this point, like, let's say, I mean, in some situations where a kid loves football, you've seen this situation like Friday Night Lights or whatever, where a kid loves football, loves to play, but then if he drops the ball or fumbles the ball and goes back home and his drunk dad beats the crap out of him pretty much. You know what I mean? It's
I'm saying I think it's the worst thing a parent can do is pigeonhole their own kid into something that they would like to see them do. that they might not want to do. And then when they don't do it, they resent them for not doing it, because later on in life, your child is just going to resent you. There's going to create two roads of resentment, one from the parent to the kid, one from the kid to the parent. And it's really hard to recover from that. I think building character and morals and values and being a good person, like instilling those things as opposed to going straight to a career, what you're going to do, how you're going to make money, how you're going to live your life, basically, is just not a good way to parent.
Character first.
Yeah. Because if your kid has good character, you're probably going to choose something you do like.
Yeah, make the right choices anyway.
Yeah. So, I don't really know how it's going to go yet. I mean, I've never been a parent, but now I will be.
Yeah, I think, honestly, my view has changed probably over the last 5 years. Like, years ago, I probably thought, well, if I have a kid, I want him to be athletic and, like, Olympian, fastest, and jump the highest, and, like... And now I'm like, I just want a kid that is like smart, humble, kind, assertive, is able to communicate on just a high level. I want my kid to be able to communicate his wants and needs and to help everybody else to be a better person, to raise up the people around him, So I don't care what that path is.
Yeah, the thing about that is the byproduct of doing that could make him an Olympian.
Yeah, right.
That's where I think parents miss the boat of, they try to skip that step and let's only focus on the future of what they're going to do, as opposed to, like, even as an adult, I think the people that do succeed are the ones that were instilled with those traits, or those life lessons, or those experiences, or how their parents talk to them. And like, I think so much more can come from that if you work on just that first in your child, like instilling that,
building a good relationship.
Like, I know I didn't have that, so it's harder for me as an adult to achieve things because my cup wasn't filled with like encouragement, empowerment, belief, positive thinking. It's like they were so focused on, well, your school, your grades, what are you going to do? You know what I mean?
We did all right. It's like, it's just a tough game. So he wasn't that parent that was like too hard on me about my athleticism.
He instilled good morals and values.
Right.
So, yeah.
Right.
So anyway, I don't know. I think a boy is definitely going to be a little lot different than a girl. Yeah. But I'm excited. I've always wanted a boy because I think I was looking at my life and the relationship I had with my parents and the way I was behaving and the treatment I got. And I was like, I never want a girl. I didn't have a great relationship with my mom. We weren't super close. And then, so I always like, if I ever have a child, I want a boy. They're just so much easier. And then when I got pregnant, I think all of the work that I had done on myself to, as they say, heal the mother wound and stuff, and work on the trauma of my parents, I think I wanted a girl to redeem the relationship that I never had with my mom.
Right.
So then I was like excited to have a girl. And for some reason, I just thought I was having a girl. And then I was shocked to find out it was a boy. But then, that's fine. I think boys are fun. And mama's boys, lots of love. Not so much drama maybe, but we'll see.
Yeah, he'll be good. He'll be good. Yeah.
I'm going to have 2 little boys to take care of.
3. You got Berkeley too.
No, Berkeley's the most mature out of everyone.
He's an old man.
He's the easiest one.
So do you have any plans for this upcoming year? We're going to go travel maybe a little bit.
Do I have any plans?
Yeah, what do you got going on this year?
What am I doing this year?
I'm trying to take you out. Like to dinner.
You want to know my plans?
I'm not trying to like take you out, but I'm trying to like take you out to dinner. Or lunch or coffee, whatever you like. You what? You don't eat? You like coffee? You don't like coffee? Okay.
I like it all.
Brunch.
I like it all.
I'll take you out for some beignets if you like.
If you find me that beignet truck, you'll have major brownie points for a long time.
I almost said bidet, so that would have been the wrong.
Bidet truck.
Hit that bidet truck, feel great. Yeah,
that never hurts.
Got a beignet
either.
and a bidet, and I'm out. It's a day.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, that's funny.
Okay, so I want to do this thing.
What are you gonna do?
I want us to do this thing where
Talk to me.
I'm trying. Okay, so just like recently, I feel like I've had conversations with girlfriends and we were talking about things that either like bother us or we think about or we worry about, we concern ourselves with. And then we're like, yeah, but our men like don't worry about that at all. And I'm just like, how can anyone not worry about that? So I feel
What are those things?
you are just someone that like does not care about a lot of things.
Yeah.
And
not bothered is what they say.
it's not stuff that bothers me. It's just
I'm unbothered.
you are the definition of unbothered. Yeah. And that's let me say this. Go
ahead.
I think your greatest weakness is also your greatest
attribute.
The things
Like ignorance is bliss.
the thing that makes you like the best is also what makes you the worst.
Yeah. It's a hard life. It's hard
Because
being me.
You're so content with anything, and I'm like, how can you be that content?
The Art of Not Giving a Fuck. That's what it's called. That's a book.
But that's also a bad thing.
It's a book. You guys got to check it out.
Never read it because I do give a beep.
Well,
So anyway, I think that's your greatest strength and your greatest weakness. Just
thank
letting
you. Next.
Okay. So back to what I think women concern ourselves with. And I want to like on a scale of 1 to
You mean
5.
just like house things or like daily habits?
Yes,
or
like daily things that like anyway, I'm going to say like 4 or 5 things, and I just want you to rate how much you care about those things.
Okay, I like that.
How much do you care about the shower being clean? On a scale of 1 to 10.
Probably a 6.
Are you sure?
I cleaned the door yesterday. I got to get the rest of it today. I cleaned 25% of it yesterday. You don't like a nasty shower?
Okay, let me just say this. When we bought that stuff for the shower, which like you were like, oh, let's get CLR. And I'm like, oh my gosh, he knows what.
I thought you meant for the windows and the fogging.
No. So I was like, oh my gosh, he knows what I'm talking about. He actually cares that the shower wants to be clean. So then you got it. We got it home. And then I heard you in the bathroom doing it. Yeah. And then, I don't know, like 30 minutes later, you're like, yeah, I think that stuff like really worked. And I'm like, sweet, the shower's clean. And then I go in there. No.
Different part of the shower.
The shower was not clean.
She's talking about where your feet go.
Oh,
all around.
and the outside edges where all the gunk is. Like,
who do you think got that gunk on there?
both of us.
Not me. I ain't gunky. I'm clean as a whistle, man.
Okay. So you don't need a shower then.
Shoot, I don't even need a shower, man, and I'm that clean.
Okay. How much do you care about the pillows and the couch being nice and neat?
I care about that sometimes.
Like a scale of 1 to 10.
I give it an 8. Yeah, but I mean, look at him. Your dog's up there all the time.
I don't think you care that much because I've never once seen you put the pillows back on the couch, and you don't do the
Really?
ravioli thing.
Yeah, I don't do the ravioli.
You got to
thing
do the
at all.
I
I don't do that. She's right about that. 100%.
So,
I have not
I would say you're
raviolied
8.
since we live here.
What?
I have not raviolied since we lived here.
I would say your 8 is really like a 2.
All right, girls, listen. I'm putting these pillows back, and I'm ravioliing them. Watch me. Berkeley, go put those pillows back up.
Berkeley, lay down.
I know who the culprit is.
Okay. How much do you care about the dishes in the sink being not in the sink?
All right, this is where the truth's going to start coming out here. I typically put my dishes in the dishwasher. I take that last and final step to put mine in the dishwasher, but sometimes I don't know if that dishwasher stuff in there is clean or not. So if it's, I don't know.
There's been multiple times where you put dirty dishes in the clean dishwasher.
Yeah, that's true too. That's also true. It's true. I've done that. Guilty as charged.
You've done it way more than
Sometimes I just take that silverware and throw it in there. Man, it's dirty. Boom, throw it in there. Plate, throw it in there.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'll look at it later and I'll open it. I'm like, oh crap, those are all clean. I have to pick out a couple.
I don't
silverware.
think you realize it. I think I realize it. I have to tell you.
Well, I've realized it too. I apologize.
All right, I'll give you one. This is a gimme for you. This is
Okay.
gonna make you look good.
Making the bed? What is it? Yeah.
How much do you care about the bed being made?
That's one that I tried to imply is making the bed, because that's just the first thing you do when you get up in the morning.
You do make the bed.
You're a grown ass adult, make your bed, get out of bed and just have it all sheets everywhere, and then you're out trying to claim the world and do everything. But meanwhile your room looks like
Why do you think making your bed is so important?
it's just that daily habit. The first, there's a speech that this guy does, a military man, that talks about the importance of making your bed. That's the first thing you do in the morning. So if you don't get anything accomplished all day and you come home, your bed's made, you at least did that one thing right.
Oh God, that would stress me out. If that was the only thing I did all day.
Well, sometimes you don't even do that. So
Well, let me specify. Our rule. What's our rule?
our new rule is the last person out of the bed makes the bed.
So
Which is
I
a good
never
rule.
have to make it.
But she gets up at 4 a.m., so that just means I make it every day.
You do make it every day.
That's fine. I'll sleep in an extra hour and make the bed. I got that. That's fine. Leave me asleep. I need that beauty sleep. I get them deep REMs, and she's up and at them.
So I never have to
dawn,
make the bed. I know.
with no lights on, pitch black around here. Can't see a dang thing, man.
That's not true. I have my lamps. My lamps are like my
Can't
favorite
see
thing.
anything.
Yeah. It's like 6:30 and you're rolling out of bed, and I can always tell when you're awake because you're sniffling and
Yeah, am I? Yeah. Yeah, I need to get that fixed.
and then I'm like, it's 6:30 and I'm like, all right, what are we doing?
You're like, okay, I've been up for half a day.
For 2 hours. Oh my gosh. What else do you think I care about that I didn't say?
I know one that you don't care about.
What? That you do? What?
You never throw those little tea bags away. They're everywhere. If I collected them, I would be rich. If they were currency, if those tea bags held their value at $2 to $5 over the last 3 years,
So
tea bags.
So
Yeah, I mean, I'd be rich.
so you care about tea bags being thrown
No,
away?
I don't care. I don't care. You don't do a lot of things that I can really, give you a hard time about, but that's just one. You don't ever take the tea bag out of that little thing and you just leave it there for
I don't.
whoever comes through. Sometimes you don't even put the milk up, but I love you enough to put it up and don't say 2 words about it till now. But I won't tell anybody, I promise.
I do that. I don't know why. I don't know why I leave the tea bags.
Lately, you've been having conversations with me with the refrigerator door open. This happened like 3 times. I'm like, look at you. I'm like, you're putting stuff up.
That's because I'm still putting stuff up. So
not when you're like sitting there talking to me and like having a bite or doing something. I'm like, and then the fridge, it even has an alarm on it. It's like the door's open for longer than 3 minutes. It's like ding, ding, ding.
Why I do that?
I was like, I've never heard that noise.
I don't know. I just don't like closing the door on things.
That's okay. It's all right.
It's okay. So you don't have any that you care about that you want to ask me?
I think you do everything just fine. Those are just the only things I had to pick you apart about. That's it.
So you're saying I do nothing wrong?
No, you're perfect. You're an angel.
What do you want? I know what your word was for this year.
What was that?
Can't say it on the podcast.
I can't remember what I said.
I can't say it. It's just family friendly.
Yeah, I think it was a bad one I joked about.
That wasn't a joke, I don't think.
I don't remember.
Oh, well, started with an A.
I don't know.
Yes, you do.
I don't remember.
I just wanted to do that little addition of
yeah, so
men don't give a shit about anything.
So your girlfriend's concerned about that? They're concerned about dishes in the sink.
Another thing that we were talking about is how when women wake up, our thoughts immediately go. Like we're like, okay, what are we doing today? Is the house clean? What do I have to do? Errands, all the things, and then men are just like, dur, dur, dur. Like, what thoughts do you have in the morning? I'm very curious to know what your thoughts are.
As soon as I get up, I'm like, I need some caffeine and I need to get in the gym and get moving. That's kind of my deal.
That's it?
Yeah. And then once I come down from that, then I can think straight.
So, like, what goes on in your mind, though? Like, no other running thoughts other than caffeine and getting to the gym.
Like, oh, I'm sore. Oh, my back, my feet. I'm like hobbling to the bathroom. It's pitch black because Kayla don't turn on the lights. And then we had to go buy this little
sensor for the toilet.
Colorful light that goes on your toilet so I can pee in the dark. I'm just thinking, man, I hope this light doesn't go off because I'm about to miss. And I'm thinking, I wish you'd turn on a dang light.
You can turn on the light. I'm in here. You're in the bed.
I can't turn on the light, guys. Are you crazy? Are you kidding me?
That is not true.
You ever try to turn on a light when it's 5 a.m. and your girl's deep in her journal? Whoa. It's her fighting words. What the heck is that? Turn that thing up.
So not true.
Light at this time? Are you serious? I got 3 more hours of this.
Oh my
shoot.
Gosh, I'm hurting. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Don't hurt.
What were we saying?
All right. Who in your life or in your past do you owe an apology and what for?
Ooh.
What'd you do?
Oh God.
Do you owe an apology? I was trying to think if I owed somebody an apology. But I'm probably... I don't know.
I have one.
Are you ready to share it?
Yeah, but I'm not going to go into the detail.
That's fine.
I'm one of those people that, like, I hate burning bridges. I hate like breaking off a friendship or a relationship or like not even like a romantic relationship, just any sort of relationship, and it like ends bad, and like then there's a burned bridge basically. I don't like that. And so yeah, a couple years ago I, and it was both ways too, but basically I was, involved with this company, and we kind of had like a falling out, and there was no discussion of it, and it was just like me leaving basically.
Right.
And then no words were ever talked about like what happened or why I left and all that. And I just always am like, I hate the way that went down, like I hate that I didn't say anything, that they didn't say anything. And so it's kind of like always kind of bothered me a little bit. So I would probably apologize to them and just say like, sorry for not being the bigger person, and that I never said anything. And so that's probably the only one I have, honestly.
Yeah, I was trying to think of one. I don't know anybody. Nothing. Apologize for nothing.
No one?
Nobody. No, I don't know.
I know. I
was
can't
trying to
see
think
you
if
owing anyone an apology.
if anything, they owe me. Y'all owe me $100. And I got a list of names right here. It was about $1,200 y'all owe me. Just good.
Oh my god!
If I do owe you an apology, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. Or if it's a little bit of money. No. That's funny. I actually had this situation happen the other day at the gym where I walked in and saw this guy. I recognized him. He works at the local nutrition shop, and don't really know him, just like from social media, I guess, and so I walk in, I'm with a friend and he's with the friend, and like my friend knows his friend. So like they're walking up, they're talking to each other. So I talk to this other guy. I'm like, hey, what's up? How are you, man? Good. Never really met in real life, but just on social media. And he's like, oh yeah, no, I know you. We talked at Moondoggies the other night. And I'm like, what?
What is Moondoggies?
Moondoggies is I think it's like a local pub or a local bar that's down in the Gulf Gate district. And no, we talked. I was like, no. I said, that wasn't me, man. And he's like, yeah, I'm pretty sure it was you. I said, man, I haven't been down to the bar, or been to a bar in a long time, so it wasn't me.
Especially not Moondoggies.
Yeah, so it wasn't me. So I just thought that was funny. I'm like, obviously he was there having some, because he didn't know who he was talking to. So,
oh, that's funny.
Case of mistaken identity.
Oh my gosh. Okay, man, I'm all laughed out.
No more funny. Let's be serious from now on, so that you don't have to worry about that.
No, I like to laugh.
Oh.
Laughing is good for you.
Yeah. They say if you can make a girl laugh, you can make her do anything. That's what they say. I didn't say that. I think Marilyn Monroe said that. She's trustworthy.
Is that true?
She's trustworthy. So.
Is that true in your experience?
Every time.
All right, we're getting a little out of hand here.
We should keep this. Yeah, PG.
No, I'm just kidding. All right, any final words you want to say for this episode?
No.
You still didn't really say your New Year's resolution, or not even resolution, but like goal.
My New Year's resolution goal is to not be on a podcast this whole year. Just kidding. No.
Egon. Just me and Berkeley from now on.
No, I don't have. I'm currently in the process of trying to figure out the next moves, the next goals. Like, I sent you something the other day where I thought about doing the contest where it's 3 miles on the stand-up paddleboard, and I think a 3-mile run, something like that.
Yeah, or a 5K.
5K, three miles or 3.1 or whatever. But yeah, I want to get into some more different kind of events,
physical
like that.
Stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, physical. Also want to help people that are on that same journey, that are doing triathlons or they want to be a better runner or you know what I mean? I want to be with those people that are trying to evolve themselves as an athlete. Because for me, I really love athletic performance and just the athletic development of people. And when I meet people or see people that are, they're normal people or they're athletes, it's like they have a problem or they want to get better in a certain area. I know there's like certain tricks and there's certain little things that we can do to help them improve, even though it's very small, minor details that can help them. So
you're good at that. So I think, yeah, I mean, not to say you should be doing any more, but I think you could be doing more physical competitions, using your athleticism, using your body in other ways.
Yeah.
So I think that'd be a good goal for you. We're going to try to, on our calendar, we are going to try to put physical things up on the calendar.
Competitions.
And even I want to do a show this year. I think.
It'd be cool if we could do one together.
Yeah.
We just have to have somebody watch our baby and our dog. I mean, I guess our baby will be with us.
Yeah, he'll probably have to be with us because he'll probably still be breastfeeding.
You think
Be
we're
backstage?
You
Just
think it's okay to spray babies with the spray tan? We'll get him like all flexed up. The spray tan.
probably not.
Start him young. Start him young. Get that tan going on the back. Get that back side.
All right, guys. Signing off.
Much love. Peace, love, harmony.
Till next time. See ya.